Ethan, a difficult night Tuesday night after a good run. Did it feel like a game too far after a busy period?
Yeah, it's a difficult game. Oxford are a good side. It shows in the league position. We probably didn't get to the levels we wanted to get to, but they also got to the levels that they probably wanted to get to. So there was a bit of a gap, but we won't get too beat up about it. Pick ourselves up and we'll get ready. Looking forward to the next game. And
also, maybe it showed the sort of standard to be successful at League One, particularly off the ball. They worked very hard to close you down, didn't they?
Yeah, I think we came in and a few of the lads are saying, that's the levels. As you said, that's the levels that we want to get to as players, as a club. So we'll take parts out of their game. Maybe we can add to our game as well as players. We look at the top of the league, and that's where we want to be, really, isn't it?
What about cup competitions? Have you got experience of them? Obviously, I know FA Cup is new to you, and you've done very well with Lincoln City in the Carabao. What about north of the border? Did you have any memories of the cup from there?
Yeah. I played in a Scottish Cup semi-final and League Cup semi-final up the road, so that was obviously a good experience. We got knocked out in both, sadly, but it was a good experience. I've played in latter stages of competitions. So obviously, the Scottish Cup's a massive competition up there. I played in semi-final both. Yeah.
And what was the feeling like playing in those? What was the atmosphere like as a player? It must feel quite different to a league game.
Yeah, well, it was COVID, so it was actually not a little fans allowed at the game. It was one of them ones where there wasn't many at the game. But no, even without the fans, it was still a really in the change room it was pretty tense before the game, and there was a lot of hurt and upset. After the game, obviously being knocked out, and felt we had a chance to get to the finals and then competitions.
And the FA Cup itself, it's something that you've followed when being north of the border?
Yeah, definitely. I've watched a lot of it. It's a cup. You know the history of it. There's clubs from all around the country that are obviously taking part in it. Different to maybe the Carabao Cup, etc. You've got people from non-league, etc. So no, it's a massive cup, and we want to get as far as we can in it.
And that's the thing, isn't it? At the moment, you don't want to be on the end of the upset, but if you can get through a couple of rounds, you want to try and cause the upset.
Yeah. We all say in the change room, you're only a few wins away from possibly getting a big tie at home, big tie away. It's not too dissimilar to the Carabao Cup. So, I think as a club, I'm sure we want to get as far as we can, and certainly as players, who doesn't want to go and play one of the big Premier League clubs.
And you'll probably be aware Lincoln have had arguably one of the biggest upsets of all time just a couple of years ago against Burnley.
Yeah. I obviously didn't watch the game at the time, but you see loads of upsets in these competitions, for all the levels. There's still even some non-league teams that are in the, a few divisions below us that are in the cup. So anything can happen on the day, but I think it's all about us being professional and taking our game plan into the game.
And what about Morecambe as opposition? A bad day last time around in the league, wasn't it, last season, being well ahead up at Morecambe and then losing the match. So maybe put that one right.
Yeah, what I can remember, it was a day up north. We were winning, weren't we? And then we conceded set piece late on. They're a good team. They're obviously League One. A lot of the players from League One that are still there. So we'll respect them like we do every opposition that we play against, and we'll work hard to perfect our game plan. But we'll also take a look at their game plan and see where we can hit them.
And generally on the sort of the form, it feels like in the last few games yourself and the team have been more your old selves. I feel.
Yeah, we've been good the last couple of games. Possibly could have had more at Exeter. We could have picked up more points there. Bar the Oxford game, they were obviously a good side, but as you said, the last couple of games have been good. Reaching our levels again that we want to reach. Still a lot more to come from all of us. So hopefully we'll just continue that run, and we'll keep grinding out results, hopefully, and grinding out games.
I always feel like I have to ask this if I talk to you or the other Ethan. You've really dovetailed very well. It's almost like the rule I have to ask this in an interview, but it does feel like you two play very well together.
Yeah. I think we complement each other well. We're not. Sometimes you get two of the exact same midfielders in the midfield, and even though we're both left-footed and Scottish called Ethan, there's a lot of dissimilarities in our games. We're not similar on many things, but I think we complement each other well. He's got the attack and drive, pace and power, and I'm more of the shore up. Obviously I'd love to be able to score more as well, but I'm more of the sitter, the one that likes to get on the ball and stuff. But we complement each other really well. Yeah.